Donor pressure mounts as Biden intensifies his campaign for re-election. A few significant Democratic contributors are putting pressure on President Joe Biden ahead of a crucial few days in his re-election campaign. After his dismal debate performance last week, several contributors have publicly threatened to withhold money unless Mr. Biden is removed as the party's nominee. They include Hollywood producer Damon Lindelof, Hollywood agent Ari Emanuel, philanthropist and entrepreneur Gideon Stein, and Abigail Disney, the heir apparent to the Disney family fortune. This weekend, Mr. Biden is trying to strengthen his candidacy. On Friday, he will do a rare primetime TV interview and hold a rally in Wisconsin. The 81-year-old Biden is under increasing pressure to resign after multiple times during the discussion in which he seemed incoherent and lost his train of thought. He acknowledged that he screwed up that evening, but he has promised to continue leading his party and challenge Donald Trump in the November presidential contest. "I'm not going anywhere," he declared on Thursday during an event held at the White House to celebrate the U.S. Independence Day on July 4th. Ms. Disney expressed her doubts about Mr. Biden defeating Trump in November to the U.S. business news network CNBC. Realism, not disrespect, she claimed, was the reason behind her decision to withdraw support. Ms. Disney, who has always backed Democratic politicians and causes, remarked, "Biden is a good man and has served his country admirably, but the stakes are far too high. Democrats will lose if Biden does not resign. I have no doubts whatsoever about that. The ramifications of the defeat will be truly severe." She joined a few other affluent donors after giving notice. According to Mr. Stein, unless Mr. Biden withdraws, his family will withhold $3.5 million, £2.8 million, from political and non-profit organizations involved in the presidential election. Having given more than $100,000 to Democrats this election cycle, Mr. Lindelof penned a piece in the public eye pleading with other contributors to impose a dembargo by withholding their money. Mr. Lindelof wrote in Deadline, "When they text you asking for cash, text back that you're not giving them a penny and you won't change your mind until there's change at the top of the ticket." At a Colorado conference, Mr. Emanuel, the brother of former Barack Obama Chief of Staff Rahm Emanuel, stated that the key to guaranteeing Mr. Biden's withdrawal from the race was withholding financing, as the Financial Times reported on Thursday. According to the newspaper, he stated, "Money is the lifeblood of a campaign, and maybe the only way is if the money starts drying up. If the money comes in, you'll see in the following several weeks. Several major contributors I spoke with told me they were shifting all of their funding to the Senate and Congress. While they haven't made any threats to reduce support, a few other significant contributors are pressuring the president to step down." One of the largest Democratic Party funders and Netflix co-founder, Reed Hastings, told U.S. media that Mr. Biden needs to step aside to allow a vigorous Democratic leader to beat Trump and keep us safe and prosperous. Others have voiced worries that, should Mr. Biden depart, there may be a chaotic and destructive contest to replace him. Since 1988, Indian-American industrialist Ramesh Kapoor of Massachusetts has arranged fundraisers for Democratic causes. Speaking to the BBC last week, Mr. Kapoor stated, "I think it's time for him to pass the torch. You can't fight Mother Nature, even though I know he has the drive." He continued, "From what I understand of him, he will determine what's best for the nation. Some have made the decision to support Biden should he continue because they are concerned that there is not enough time left for a fresh contender to enter the race." Speaking with the BBC this week, a major donor who wished to remain anonymous said he intended to go with the president's event that was set for later this month at his Virginia home. "We all want to keep Donald Trump out of the White House, and probably that will keep us together," he stated. According to the Biden campaign, modest donations helped raise $38 million from debate day to the weekend, for a total of $127 million in June alone. The president and the Biden team acknowledged that the discussion was tough, but they also stated that the president is prepared to prove to the public that he is campaign ready. He will speak with ABC on Friday, the first TV interview following the debate, in an attempt to allay worries about his age and mental capacity. Along with Governor Tony Evers, he will campaign in Madison, Wisconsin. However, the president is up against a string of unfavorable polls that indicate the Republican opponent's lead has grown since the debate in Atlanta. According to a New York Times survey released on Wednesday, Trump is currently leading by 6 points, which is his largest margin to date.